Hello, lovelies. Welcome back. So today we're going to be doing a really pretty French tip hard gel fall encapsulation. I know it sounds technical, but it's actually really easy, especially when you're using the Red Iguana hard gels. You can also use this technique year-round, so it's not strictly fall related. Anyways, let's just jump on in. Let's go. We're just cleaning the nail with some rubbing alcohol right now. Then we're going to go in with our first very thin layer of the Red Iguana Cover Pink hard gel just at where we want the nail bed to be, with what we call a wetting layer, W-E-T-T-I-N-G. It's basically just a guide map as to where we want the hard gel to go when we go and put more on to build up our apex. So it's just going to leave a nice clean surface area for it to build on. Normally you wouldn't want to be playing with it too much. You don't want to cause bubbles. However, this particular hard gel is wonderful at eliminating any kind of bubbles on its own or being very easy to just poke out, etc., etc. But generally with hard gel, you don't want to be faffing around, as one of my favorite YouTubers like to say, as often as I did in this. However, this was my first attempt on this, so bear with me. But you'll see we're just trying to get a nice, clean, thin layer, and then we're going to clean it up, make sure there's nothing touching the cuticles, because if it's touching cuticles now, then when we put our apex on, it will definitely touch the cuticles, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Right after this, we're going to be putting the larger scoop of this awesome, poofy, soft, luxurious hard gel. Sorry, I love this gel. Can you tell? On top, building up a nice apex as clean as we can. We're going to try and keep the brush touching the hard gel so that we don't create any bubbles or any issues. And we're just going to pillow, push into the cuticles, not actually touching the cuticles, and then building up this nice nail bed, nice and pretty. Just getting it all built up so that we can get it ready to flip over so that it can self-level into a nice apex to cure. You'll notice as I'm flipping it over, I hit it with my hand. Yes, I did. Yep, oopsies happen. I kept it in there so you know. So this is why we're going to go in again and do it a second time, fill in the spot that I hit, and just build up the apex a little more while we're at it. Make it extra, extra pretty. You'll notice me just kind of redoing what we had already done. But it happens. You know, what are you going to do about it? Move forward with it. It was kind of sad, though, I will say. But yeah, so we're just kind of retouching it up, rewetting, and then we're going to be rebuilding. But at least then we get to add in a little more apex, clean up our area, and make sure it's really, really perfect. And from now on, I'll be using my 2-in-1 nail lamp from Melody Susie to cure it, because I am not going to be trying to flip these over into the lamp any longer. Because, yeah, after that point, I just had it. It's like, yep, nope, I can cure in place. Let's do that. That's the other thing I love about the Melody Susie 2-in-1 nail lamp, which you'll see shortly. So you just check, make sure it's all cleaned up, nothing on the cuticles. Use rubbing alcohol on your brush to clean up, and then you just want to get a nice curve there when we put the clear onto the encapsulated French tip. And then just make sure everything is built up as nice as you need it to be. If you need to add more, it's not a problem. Just make sure that you go in back onto a spot that already has hard gel, and then continue fluffing and pillowing into perfection. We're doing here. You'll see me just kind of slowly building it out. Again, you don't really want to be moving it so much around. At this point, I was already probably a little frustrated that I had to go and hit my absolute perfect apex. But, like I said, it happens, and at least you know if it ever happens to you, it's fixable. We left a bit there to self-level, and then as it self-leveled, you'll see now we're using the lamp that I was just talking about. I'm going to speed it up so you don't have to watch the whole cure time. But I go about 2 minutes with the hard gel, especially with that lamp, even though it's really strong. Now we're going to go with the clear. This is the same Red Iguana hard gel, but with clear, of course. And then we're going to get a thin wetting layer over the whole thing. And then we're going to just build up a little bit of a coat. Make sure we have at least enough on there to put in all of our decorations. And make sure there's no, gaps, bubbles, or spaces. And just pretties. See how pretty is. Oh, I love it. Okay, so now without curing, we're going to go in with our little glitter, and we have some fall leaf foil mix that I have below me with a couple different colors. But you can do this with any decoration, any glitters, any foils, anything like that. And if anything goes into your top part, you can always just pull it right back out. It's really easy. And then just, add them all in however you please. You can add a little bit, you can add a lot. There's so many options with this. I mean, it's absolutely just got to be one of my favorite ways to make a French tip now. I mean, besides ombre in general, but yeah, with hard gel, my favorite thing. Especially because you can then like you'll see here when we paint over it. But yeah, there's a little closer view for you so you can kind of see a little better what I'm doing. It's definitely not a system. There's no actual forethought into this. It's literally just me adding in things as randomly but as nicely as I can and just trying to get it all pressed into the hard gel. Hindsight, I probably would have put more of the hard gel down to begin with so that it has more to stick to. Because you'll notice later I run into some issues with getting a couple of them to stay on, but we will go in there and fix it so it's okay. But other than that, we're going to cure again, fast and forward so you're not watching me do it for like 2 minutes. I always like to be safe when it comes to curing, but yeah, we're going to wipe what we can. Of course, obviously it's not fully encapsulated, so it would get stuck. So you're going to see me only wipe really the nail bed, and then see this is the part I was talking about where it is totally coming off. So we're going to restick it. It's no big deal. We just put some clear gel on a palette, get some on our brush, and just redo it and cure it again. And then we're going to go in and just encapsulate the whole thing. So again, wetting layer, same thing. So I basically do the same concept with my hard gels no matter what. So we go in with the thin layer to begin with, and then we're going to go in with the larger layer after. This one, I really didn't even want to risk having anything come off, so I just went right in with a whole bunch on the French tip aspect of it and just loaded it up because I wanted everything in for good. Make it stick for life. No, well, for the duration of the nail, but you know. And then I actually have it on my palette so I'm not contaminating my hard gel. So just a heads up, you don't want to do that. And then we're going to, after that, we cured, buffed. I know that was fast curing and buffing, but I know nobody really wants to watch that, I don't think. But if you do, let me know down below. Otherwise, we are actually mixing 2 colors together of the Madam Glam gel art paints. We've got the brown and red, and I'm just mixing it together. It's funny because the red totally overtook it regardless, but I was like, that's okay. It looks good. So you're going to notice it definitely looks more red. That's fine. I think it looks fine. I don't think it looks better than fine, but that's the point. Point is if you wanted to do more brown, definitely leave most of that red out. But yeah, just mix them together on your palette. This is also my Melody Susie 11mm liner brush, which may I just say the liner brushes from Melody Susie are the thinnest, most just gorgeous, super, like, I mean, super thin liner brushes I've ever had. And I've had a lot of liner brushes, even ones I've cut down myself. Okay, we're just cleaning up here. Make sure it's all pretty. And we're going to just do a flash cure on that part just so that no matter what, I can't accidentally knock my brush into it or anything. Because after the first mess up, I really don't need to be making more mistakes. It's just, you know, better safe than sorry. Just like when painting with anything, you're going to want to flash cure things whenever you can so that you can't accidentally bump into it or have it run, anything like that. It's just always better to cure what you get into place when you have it as perfect as you want it. So you're going to see me, I'm actually not just doing the French line, I'm actually going to be outlining the whole French tip because it just needed something more, in my opinion. I don't know. When I was looking at it after I had buffed it, I was like, you know, it just looks odd to me. I don't know why. And it's because it was lacking some depth. And I think that that's what this outline really gives it, is that nice depth that an encapsulation should have. Another cool thing you could try, which I might try sometime, is to put it in multiple layers, like layer up thin layers of hard gel and then the glitters and foils in between the layers. That would also be a really cool way to add like some cool depth and shadows into your nail bed, especially too if you're going to build it a little thicker, because this one is kind of thin. If I was going to go any longer than this, I would definitely go thicker in all aspects of it, but for this was okay. But yeah, so I figured it needed that little extra something, and I'm really glad I did because I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Oh, side note too, when you are buffing it, because we kind of went through that really quick, you want to make sure that you are filing the edges and the tops and sides really well, because you will need to get any of the encapsulated glitter and foils and things, the leaves, and all of that that are sticking off the sides and everything off cleanly as cleanly as you can get. All right, so we just finished our last cure for the painting. We're going to give it a good cleaning. And now we're going to go back in with our clear gel, and we're going to actually basically top coat and then re-encapsulate with the paint on it. You can do just a top coat, but I figured since we're already using the hard gels, we're going to just do all hard gels. Why not? Although the top coat I do have from Red Iguana is a hard gel, and it is also magnificent. But I already have this all set up, so I was like, hey, why not? Plus, it just gives it an extra beautiful, like, top layer of encapsulated safety, in my opinion. I don't know. That may sound weird. So yeah, just cleaning up around the cuticles, making sure that that like little thin layer didn't mess anything up. But yeah, again, you can go on top coat if you choose to, no matter, either way. And then I'm going to rebuild out any kind of divots or spaces that are in that French tip that maybe didn't get filled right the first time. And just get it all prettied until it looks like glorious, glorious, transparent beautiness with shiny shinies. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. It's obviously kind of late at night here. And little side views, you can see, you know, how I'm getting this just kind of sweeping side to side, but keeping the brush on the hard gel will definitely help you a lot. And then letting gravity just really do the rest. Gravity and surface tension is like the keys to hard gel. It will save you there. But it's absolutely magnificent to work with. I mean, I'll be doing plenty more with these. Okay, so after that one, you'll see we will cure, we will buff sand. I actually wouldn't even buff sand. Actually, I'll just cure, wipe, and then that's it. So hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or want to see more, please comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.